Just walking down the snowmobile trail here, and I hear a fluttering in the trees here, and there's some partridge here. Grouse, I guess you call them. Partridge, grouse. Sure. Oh, my battery's got 15%. It's gonna die soon. See if we can see them as we walk by. There's one female here just walked right across the road. There they are. Hear them fluttering in there? There's another one. There's one over here too somewhere. Right in here somewhere. Where'd she go? There was two over there and one walked across the road when I came up here. Is that another one? Here in the trees. There's one. Oh, there's a whole group of them in here. Huh. The bugs are after my head, so I gotta put up my hood. Where did that one go? That was in here, wasn't it? I call them grouse, but they're really like wild chicken. Apparently. I've never had one, like eaten one, but I've heard they're pretty good. They're just a small bird. But they're very, very stupid. That's what we call them, chickens. Wild chickens. Just heard some trees breaking. I wonder if there's a bear back there. He's pushing over trees. These trees are here, they're so nice. Big trees. This stuff right here, back home we call it old man's beard. It's great for fire starter. It's great. You crack up like a bunch of these branches with that on it and it'll light your fire like instantly. That and birch bark. I was actually thinking about collecting some birch bark and drying it up and packaging it and selling it as fire starters. I don't think anybody does that. Just to the like local markets and stuff like that. Because there's so many camps out here. And they'd probably buy it. So that might be an idea. Also have a bunch of chaga that I'm going to put up on Marketplace too and see if I can sell it. I usually sell it for $30 a pound. I've been carrying around that chaga with me for quite a while. I have a lot of it. So it's time to use it up, I think. Sell it off. Look at how these webs, they engulf the leaves on the trees. And then the leaves die in that area. Isn't that weird? I don't know what it is, if it's spiders or what is doing that. But it happens everywhere. This road here needs to be trimmed. There's like Branches hanging over everywhere. It's hard for two vehicles to pass here without like scratching your vehicle up on the trees, but you definitely could use the trim coming in here. I really like the forest here in Nova Scotia. It's full of big, dense, like big, ancient, old trees. Like look at these birch in here, back in there. Those are big. Those are big birch. They've been around for a long time. And you look back through there, like look at the size of that tree right there. It's huge. That one. That's a big tree. I don't know if that's a fir. I think it might be a fir tree. The amount of hardwood that's here in Nova Scotia is pretty cool. Even when I lived in BC, like I didn't see any hardwood in BC. Not any like birch or hemlock, any of that kind of stuff. Most of what they have in BC, as far as my memory, is fir trees, and they have a lot of maple and lots of spruce. What else do they have out there? Oh, there's a bunch, but I didn't see any birch. Maybe you have to go more north to see the birch. I didn't go very far north. I was more central and southern BC. Okanagan Valley, Vancouver Island. I spent 2 years on Vancouver Island. That was a nice spot. The forest there is very cool. It's like you're walking through time. Looks like Jurassic Park. It's very cool. The trees they have out there are like, Jesus, they're 10 feet around, 10, 12 feet around. Massive trees. Oh, what was that? Was that a rabbit? Did you guys see that? I think a little rabbit ran across the road there. This place is full of rabbits. That cluster of birch there. All of those birch, they're nice. I wonder if we'll see more rabbits. We usually see a few rabbits when we're driving out. They're out here. Like, look how tall those trees are. They're huge. This trail goes up there. Yeah, look at that. Crazy. I don't know if that's spiders or what it is. Here's a bridge, little creek. Lots of nice, beautiful trees back there. This place is going to look real nice in the wintertime when you come down here and all these trees are covered in snow. You can just picture everything in like a blanket of snow. And all the trees are like sagging and stuff. It's going to look so nice. This road had washed out here at one point. They fixed it this year. This is a marsh. We call it a bog in Newfoundland, but a little wetland. This floods out sometimes. Look how green everything is here, right? It's from all the rain. Keeps everything super green. I think we're almost up to the blueberry field. I'm getting close. So this will be all covered in snow during the winter. I had a visit from a member of the local snowmobile group a couple days ago. Came up and said hi, introduced himself. We were chatting for a little bit, and he said that this all gets groomed in the wintertime for snow machines. So that's good. And they clear the parking lot. They clear a parking area for cottage members, people who have cottages and stuff back here, and camps. They clear a parking area for you to park your vehicles up there, which that's good. So it's somewhere to park my truck, and we'll have the snow machine, everything in down the trail. So it's going to be pretty important that I get a snow machine. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. So I'm just basically going to look for something that's a trail type machine that can tow a sled behind it for hauling groceries or propane tanks or going ice fishing, sled trips, stuff like that, right? So I found one on Facebook Marketplace for $1,600. I think it's a 2002 Arctic Cat trail snow machine. It's an 800cc. So I know that engine is pretty reliable. So I don't know how many kilometers on it, but if that's still available when I have the funds to do it, I will pull the trigger on that because it's fairly cheap. And that will do for getting in and out of the trail. I probably won't leave camp much for the entire winter, to be honest. for any of the like snowy ones where the trail's covered in snow. Typically in the wintertime it's pretty slow for my business. Unless we end up with a bunch of winter work, which last year was really slow, so well, there was nothing last year, so I don't know what it'll be like this year. But if there's nothing, it'll be a lot of videos and sled trips and ice fishing trips and a lot of camping videos. So that'll be the goal when I'm not working, is to make content for you guys. This is a beautiful area and I love to explore it more, especially in winter. That's the best time to go camping as far as I'm concerned, is winter. Most people they think the complete opposite. Most people, they're like, why would I want to go camping in the winter? It's so cold. Me, it's like, yeah, I want to go camping in the winter. It's peaceful, it's quiet, there's usually nobody around. There's a bug on there. Yeah, it's awesome camping in winter. I don't know why more people don't do it. All you need is a little wood stove to keep yourself warm. Go out camp anywhere, right, on Crown land. That bug. So I just don't know why people don't do it more often. I mean, a lot of people have a lot of women, they won't go out winter camping and stuff like that. But I think that's mostly because they don't know how the heat situation is going to work, right? But I've been camping in minus 30, minus 35, and that bug bit me. It's been nice and toasty in camp. We got a great wood stove. Dogs love it. We go out playing and exploring. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, man. If you haven't tried it yet, you should definitely go do it. It's an experience, especially during a snowstorm. During a snowstorm is the best. Definitely the best. So I hope we get lots of snowstorms up here this year, because that's the best time to go. I think we're getting close to the blueberry fields. Oh, that bug. They're little flies, and they bite. They bite hard. Okay, so there's some blueberry fields there. We go in through here. There's a patch of blueberries. Look at that. They're really good, especially after a rainfall. All blueberry fields, and it goes over this little hump right here, and it just keeps going. Blueberry fields. Down here, they're like in patches, but all these side of the hills and stuff are all blueberries. They're quite good. It's so wet here. continue down the trail here and see if I can find you a better view of the blueberry fields. Look at that. It's like encapsulated, cocooned. I wonder what kind of bug does that. Man, I went underneath the fifth wheel enclosure, like where I have the fireplace, or the wood stove. I'll get it out in a minute. And there was a spider in there, and I swear to God, he was like that big. It must have been like a wolf spider or something. And he was up on the wall of the new 2x4, so you could see him plain as day. And when I went to kill that thing with a log, it jumped. It jumped at me. Like, it literally jumped at me. And of course, at that point, I wanted to burn the entire camper down. But it didn't. I'm not a fan of spiders, especially big ones, at all. So, I'm pretty sure he jumped into my bucket of birch bark that I have for lighting fires. And he probably went right to the bottom of that bucket. And he's probably still sitting in there, waiting for me to stick my hand in there and bite me, because I think those wolf spiders, they bite. I mean, that thing was as big as a silver dollar. It was huge. So, some more of the blueberry fields. See, they go up over the hill there. You can hear the river running behind us. It's not a big river. When it rains a lot, it flows pretty good. But it's not a big river. I call it more of a creek than a river, but I don't know if you can see it down there. Yeah, you can. Through the trees. That's the one that flows behind my camp. It's not a big river, but it's still nice and peaceful to hear the water flowing and to go down there by there. It'll be nice when I put the stairs down to it with the platform, so then I can go down there and like hang out. Yeah, here's the blueberry fields. They're everywhere. That's a nice thing about the East Coast. It's got a lot of naturally occurring resources. Nice being close to the ocean too, because you can get seafood, right? Back home where I'm from, I'm not sure if they have it here, but back home they have a food fishery where you can go out and catch your limit of cod, or I'm not sure if lobster's in that or crab, but I think you can catch your limit, whatever they allow. I don't even remember what they allow now. But you can catch, enough cod and stuff like that. Probably for quite a few meals throughout the season, right? And if you combine like the seafood with the wild game like moose, bear, or deer, like if you get a tag and you get a moose for the year, I mean, moose are like anywhere from 900 to 1,200 pounds, right? So that's a lot of meat. I mean, that can do you for a full year. Anyways, guys, I'll let you go for now. My camera's about to die. It was great taking you on this walk with me, and I will talk to you guys again soon.